The plan for a new arena in downtown Milwaukee is now before the city's Common Council. Aldermen held the first of 3 public hearings on it last week. The plan calls for the city to contribute $47 million to build a $500 million arena, and not everyone is happy about that. The full council will vote on the arena plan September 22nd, and we're looking ahead to that now with the Common Council President, Michael Murphy. President Murphy, good to have you on the program.
Thanks for having me on the show.
So give me your sense of what you're feeling at the Common Council right now. Is this likely to be approved by the council?
I would say, if I was a betting man, that yes, it would be approved on the 22nd, but it's certainly not without controversy. We had a public hearing process just last week in which we had a number of residents came down and testified strong positions against and for it. So it's a very, very tough issue for a lot of people.
I think you've said in the past, your preference would be not to use public money for this.
Well, I think every citizen in the state probably has that preference. We'd rather not use our money for this type of investment. But the reality is we have this project before us. And the reason why I think people feel strongly that they don't want to see the investment in it is because most sports economists across the country have indicated the arena itself doesn't generate the economic engine that people think it does. It's the ancillary development, which is what I think the council and myself are looking at.
Do you have any concerns about that development? Some people, small business owners, say we think we could be in some jeopardy because of these new businesses that come into this. Do you have any of those concerns?
Well, certainly the entertainment aspect of it, it is a concern. There is a supply and demand curve on that issue. But the other Phase 2 and Phase 3 development talks really about hotel development, office development, a development that would complement the entertainment section. So I do think, though, we are very respectful of that issue, that we'll be watching it very closely as it develops.
There is some talk, at least some speculation, that the Bucks in some of this development might talk about a living wage, a $15 an hour wage being paid to people who work in this district. What do you know about that? What can you tell us about that?
Well, the end user jobs is a critical component of this discussion. So there are individuals meeting with the Bucks representative talking about the development following the arena construction. What will those jobs look like and how they will be compensated? I certainly have heard the $15 per hour has been discussed. That is still ongoing in negotiations, but I do believe they'll reach a consensus on that and bring it back before the full council.
Despite that talk about a living wage, there are groups like Common Ground in Milwaukee who say aldermen should vote against this, should say no to this, that this is money that billionaire owners can afford to pay. The city doesn't have to be paying. And Common Ground's now hinting that this could be used politically against aldermen if they vote for this deal. Is there concern on the part of your fellow council members about the pressure that Common Ground is applying?
You know, there's no easy decisions here. You're going to be winners and losers, and in this case, Common Ground certainly can take a political position that they want to and work actively against candidates that don't support their position. Do I believe the Common Council will weigh that in their discussions? Absolutely. But it has to be a balance. What is the long-term financial interest for all the city and the citizens of this community with the issue of subsidizing this development?
What do you say directly to their argument that, look, if you have money for these owners, and the city makes a contribution there, where is the money for our playgrounds, for our athletic facilities? What's your response to that argument?
Well, the city is making a commitment toward that. I'm working on an initiative with my colleagues where we're renovating 12 playgrounds in the city of Milwaukee, raising private money and leveraging that with public money. Certainly the issue of public playgrounds is more than just the city of Milwaukee. Common Ground's own analysis looks at it as county-wide. So I think their argument certainly can be brought to the county level in terms of the county park system. But we do make a big contribution already within our own tax base to not only recreation, but also activities that help people in our city.
So you think that some of those concerns that Common Ground has expressed are being addressed currently?
We're addressing them to their satisfaction will be a question.
All right. The president of the Milwaukee Common Council, Michael Murphy. It's good to have you on the program today. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you, Mike.
You bet. Coming up next, Trump Priebus at a pledge.